Okay, it's time to start crafting for Easter. Valentine's is over, and this is going to be the first in my Easter series. I am so excited. If you guys could see behind me, I have an entire wall of Easter crafts that are coming to the channel. It's going to be really fun, so make sure that you hit the subscribe button because there are going to be a lot of fun things that we're going to be doing for Easter, and I don't want you guys to miss out. We're going to be doing some table runners. We're going to be doing lots of things with little cottontails. It's just going to be so fun. So make sure that you guys are all subscribed so that you guys are all ready to go. In this tutorial, we are going to be making a cute little Easter sign, and you guys, the SVG is so cute. When I saw it, I actually found it in January, and I immediately put it on my to-do list because it's so cute, and I cannot wait for my little girls to see it because they're going to think it's really, really fun. So more importantly, we are going to be talking about layering adhesive vinyl. So layering adhesive vinyl is when you are going to be working with more than one color and the colors kind of intermingle within the design. So I'm going to show you how you can use two different colors when you're using adhesive vinyl and get it all right on there the first time. So it's going to be super, super sweet and fun, and I'm really excited to show you the design. So what you're going to need are some kind of blank. So I picked this up at the craft store. It's actually a 2x6. I was laughing so hard because I have never seen anything like this at the craft store. So it's literally chopped up 2x6. And my husband was equally laughing when he was helping me sand all my pieces last night because I told him how much I paid for it, which really wasn't a lot. I can't even remember. My mind is just in Easterland right now, so I can't even remember. It was under $5, but my husband was telling me that you can buy like an entire beam of this, if that is even the right term. See, I'm not even like a hardware store person, but you can buy an entire long beam of this for like a couple bucks. So he was giggling at me, and I thought, well, now I just put you in a job, buddy, because you can just start cutting wood for me. So anyway, this is like a 2x6, and I thought it was really fun. I liked the rustic feel of it. It is heavy, 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 so it's going to make for a really, really nice sign. So I did that, and I put some folk art chalk paint on it, and then I distressed it with my husband's sander last night. If you guys need to prep a surface, I recommend the folk art chalk paint. I will put everything that I used in the links below, so make sure you're always checking those description box because sometimes those products don't sneak their way onto the craft table, and I will always put everything in the description box so that you guys can create the same look on your craft table as well. So you'll need a blank of some sort. I'm going to use two different colors of vinyl today. You can use any two colors that you want. So when you see the SVG, then you guys can decide what you want. I'm going to go with a light gray and then this blush color. The light gray is the Oracle 651 vinyl, so it's a permanent. And then this is the Paper Studio blush color, which you guys know I buy in bulk. Well, they don't have it in bulk, but I buy rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls of it. I even came home from the craft store with another roll of it this weekend because it is the best color ever. You'll need some masking transfer tape or transfer tape of your choice. You'll need some scissors and a weeding tool of your choice, and then you're also going to need a scraping tool. I believe that is all of things that you're going to need for this project, but if for some reason I accidentally forget anything, then make sure you're always checking that description box below, and I will try to get you covered down there. Okay, so I'm going to use my Cricut measuring tape, and I'm just going to measure my space. That way I can design and style my SVG right the first time. It looks like I have just about 5.5 by 7. Okay. So I'm going to use those measurements and put those into Design Space, and I'm going to show you guys the little file we're going to be working with today. Okay, before anything else, I'm going to go ahead and make my 5.5 by 7 sign. I'm just going to replicate it with a shape box in here. I do this for all of my designs. I just think it's the easiest way to size my SVG file. So you guys will see in a second why that's so important if you haven't seen me do this before. Since my design in the blank I'm working with is not going to be a perfect square, I'm going to go ahead and unlock this. This will allow me to make this any shape and size, or any size, square or rectangle. And I can just go right up here and put my width of 5.5 in and my length of 7, or my height of 7. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and color this white, and that's just for visual purposes. Okay, so this is an exact replication of my blank that I'm going to be working with. And I am going to go ahead and then add my SVG that I'm going to work with. It's actually a pre-made one, so it's going to be super easy and quick today. This is actually called Chillin' with My Peeps. Okay, and okay, you guys, have you guys looked at the Easter stuff yet? It is so fun. Go ahead and I'll show you how to do that. Let me put this in my canvas real quick. So I'm going to insert that here. So this is the one we're going to be working with. If you guys don't know how to look at the Easter stuff, you're going to go to categories right up here. It's that second button in. And then if you scroll down, did I pass it? I might pass. Okay, right here, Easter. If you click on that, oh my goodness, you guys, I was lost in here the other day. So many ideas. So if you are ever short on inspiration, this is a wonderful place to get inspiration. If you have, you know, even if you need a different craft, if you need to look for like anniversary things, or if you're making something for a little one, all of these things are wonderful places for you to gather inspiration. I also find the craft store is a wonderful place to gather inspiration, but it's a lot more expensive. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to size this how I want it. So I am going to place it on my canvas, and then I'm actually going to unlock it and see if I can, without distorting it too much, I want to just kind of size this a little bit better for this blank that I'm using, this piece of wood. And I like how that looks. I kind of like the elongated bunnies. I think it's super cute. I don't think it, I think we just pulled it just enough to still have it keep its integrity of its design, but not too much where it looks distorted or anything like that. I'm going to make it just a tad bigger so that I love how this little swoop of the P and swoop of the S, if that's even a word, but it is going to be today. I love how they go further than the design, so I'm going to make those as big as I can. I don't want them necessarily running over the side of my board, but I want them to be kind of touching closely to it. So I think that looks really good to me. So that's the size I'm going to go for. That looks great. And then if you notice, they've used 3 different colors. So if you want to do that, that is completely fine. I'm using 2, but you guys can still take away all of the techniques and add a 3rd color if you'd like. I'm just going to use 2 because the 2 that I have, I think will work perfectly with this. And I think that it's going to really do the look that I'm going for. So make sure that you guys just change up whatever colors you want. You can use teal, you can use some yellows. I mean, all the Easter colors, all the pastels are in now, so you guys just pick whatever you'd like. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to select in my layers panel the Chillin' with My, and then the outline of the bunny. You guys can see that that is all black. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to make that gray. Okay, and then I am going to see the little rosy cheeks and the peeps are all in that blush color. I'm going to go up and make the ears in that same pink as well. So this is the look that I'm going to go for. So instead of 3 colors, I'm going to be doing 2, but again, you can do 3 if you'd like. I just noticed all their little eyes are different. I've been looking at this file for a long time, but it's cute. This one's open, shut, and then the little winky face over here. That's so cute. Oh my goodness, I love it. Okay, I think I am done. So what I'm going to do is I am going to hide my square so that my Cricut doesn't think that I need to cut a large box. And then I'm going to go over here to make it. And then it's already going to put my pieces on 2 different mats. I am going to go back, and what I'm going to do is I am going to weld the pink pieces together. Let me go back. Sorry, I kind of exited that very quickly. So this is all printing perfectly, so I can lay this down on one piece of transfer tape. What this is doing is this is actually putting these separately because these are 2 different layers. So I'm going to go ahead and weld these 2 layers together. That way the ears and the cheeks all go together. Do I want to do that, or do I want to see if I can, you know what, in order to, okay, I'm going to show you 2 different ways you guys can do it. You can either go in and weld those 2 together so it looks like this, Do you guys see what I'm saying? So I'll show you. So you can weld it like that if you'd like. Or what I'm going to do is, because I know that I buy this vinyl by the bulk, I do not want to waste any of it. So I'm just going to sneak this little piece in here, and I will lay down the cheeks and the ears separately on my design. And that is completely fine. I recommend that if you are a beginner or you're kind of worried about lining everything up, that you just go ahead and do it this way. And how you will do that is you will just go and select your chillin' with my, or no, this will be the peeps and the cheeks, and then this will be the ears, and then you would just go and hit weld, and then they would print all like that together, if that makes sense. I didn't want to hit weld because if I go hit make it, it's going to not let me undo it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit make it for myself. Remember, you can always move these around. That's a really great trick for saving vinyl. So I'm going to put those right there, and then I'm going to hit continue. And then it's just going to find my maker, and then it's going to prompt me to load my gray color first. So I'll just know that that's going to go down first on my mat. Okay, so I'm just going to select my vinyl, and it's just using default pressure. That's perfectly fine. And then I'm going to load my gray color in first, let it cut, and then it'll prompt me to load the blush color second. Okay, so I'm going to put my gray color down first. You honestly could use a removable on this if you have removable vinyl laying around, because it's, well, depending if this is going to be an indoor sign or an outdoor sign. Mine's going to be an indoor sign. So if it's indoor and it's, you know, not needing to withstand the elements of harsh weather or anything like that. Looks like I have kind of a scratch on this vinyl. So I'm just going to switch it around real quick. If it's going to be just inside removable vinyl, it's completely fine, because it's going to stay on there just fine. Permanent is just what I had, so I tend to buy permanent over removable anyway. I think it just gives me the options more. That way I'm not worried that, you know, something's going to, you know, come off if I decide to take it outside or anything like that. It looks like I had a little piece of paint on that scraper, and that is probably what kind of scratched my vinyl. So be careful. Make sure your scraper, I've done this before too, make sure your scraper is always really clean on that scraping side right here, because if you get anything on there, it can really scratch some of your vinyl. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and load that. Get that cutting. I love this because it's so imperfect. There's like a little divot out of this side. There's a really pretty knot on this side. I love that look. It's just a little bit more rustic and fun. This will be fun. I'll have to see if I want my husband to go cut me a bunch of lumber. It's so funny when you're, I always think it's funny when the hardware store and the craft world all come together. I kind of feel like they're all in one. My husband's so excited when I want to go to the hardware store with him. So he's kind of in his happy place when I'm using his sander and all those things. And he's really enjoying it. As long as I put everything back where it goes, right? That's the same with my craft table too. So, okay, so the gray one cut out, and I'm just going to load the blush in really quick and get that cutting, and we will get this one all weeded. So I'm just going to burnish this down really quick, make sure that it's all pressed on that carrier sheet before I get it all weeded. It just kind of helps everything get back into place before I start removing some of the pieces. You guys can tell that I'm like on my last piece of this blush vinyl because it's like a cattywampus little piece. Okay, just taking my weeding tool, I'm going to start at the corner, and I'm just going to pierce it, and then just start pulling really gently because the text is pretty skinny, so it can want to come up with this background a little bit if you're not careful, so just take it slow. Although this Oracle vinyl, oh, it's just a dream to weed. I actually just put in an order yesterday. It's like Christmas when your craft stuff comes. Let's see. So I'm just going to, sometimes I have to double check that I'm weeding the right part of the design. So going slowly again, just to make sure that I'm not accidentally taking out. These are cute though. I wonder if I could use these for something. Well, I guess I just pierced the ear though. Maybe if you guys are careful and like peel this like a sticker, then you could save the little bunnies and do something else with them because they're a perfect cutout. See? Maybe I'll put these over here for a different project. Those are cute. Even if you just put them on a card or something. Let's see if I can take that out again, which is my finger. Even if you just put it on the card with some scrap paper or something, that's a cute little design. Feel free to skip this step, but if you guys want to save a little cute design, then try to peel it up like a sticker and not with your weeding tool. That way you don't pierce a side of it. How cute. Okay, so I saved those little guys. Let's see, this little middles here. Oops, and 3. Okay, how cute is that? Love this light gray too. Okay, so that is the first file, or first layer, I suppose. First layer. Okay, now we'll unload this guy. How cute. Oh my goodness, I love it. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull this off. I like to flip my mat over and remove the mat from the vinyl instead of ripping the vinyl from the mat because it just helps the vinyl not curl up. It also helps the design not kind of crunch up on the vinyl. So I have gotten in the habit of doing that, and it's kind of been a good little habit. Okay, it's kind of hard to see on this, so just be really careful when you're cutting that you don't accidentally cut your design. Okay, there we go. All right. So I'm just going to scrape this down again, just like I did the last one. And then we can weed it. So pre-made file, which is a win. It's a Cricut Access file. So if you're an Access member, then it comes with your membership, so you won't have to pay anything. If you're not, you'll just pay once you're ready to cut. And I'm sure it's, you know, just maybe $1 or a couple dollars. They're usually not too expensive, but there you go. Okay, so grab the little middles of this Peeps. Whoops. And then we will be all set. I was painting all yesterday. I have all my projects for Easter pretty much prepped until I go to the craft store and then I think of more ideas, which I really just need to ban myself from the craft store at this point because my calendar's pretty full. But so yesterday I was painting all my blanks, so hopefully I don't have any paint on my hands. I try to use gloves, but things just happen. Okay, so let's keep the scissors out. So when you are layering vinyl, okay, so the first thing you want to do is you kind of want to go with the piece that, okay, how do I say this? This piece has more of the detail, okay? So we're going to end up being like putting the ears inside of the ears, the cheeks on the rabbit. So you're going to want to put kind of your base layer down first, and then you're going to kind of put your fluffy layer on second, if that makes sense. So this is kind of the base layer, and then the details go on next. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut off the Peeps part because I'm going to try to center that as much as I can with this first layer. Okay, so I think I want it just about here. I think that's about right. Maybe down a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to use my masking transfer tape and I am going to lay down the bunnies first. And I'll link this transfer tape. It's awesome. It is so awesome to work with. And we'll have plenty of extra tape to work with for the other layers here. So let me get this all scraped down here. Just using my scraping tool to really scrape down the vinyl to the transfer tape. Okay, and then I'm going to cut around the edge here. And we'll use this for the other pieces, so keep that handy. Okay. Just gonna peel that backing off, leaving the design on the transfer tape. So the Y wants to stay on. I was just starting to think that was really effortless. So I knew one piece had to stick. Okay. Okay, so that is all ready to go. So I'm gonna just kind of keep this little blush peeps word down here just to kind of help me center. I think that's pretty good. I'll grab my measuring tape. A little, hold on, what was that? A little more than half and a little more than half. Okay, let's see, that just needs to go to the left just a tad. Let's check that. I think I kept it in the exact same spot. I think I did. Okay, let me try it one more time. That looks really good to my eye, so let's see if it actually budged. I'm going with it. Okay. My eye wants to put it there each and every time, so I'm going to go with it because I know apparently my eye really likes it there. Okay, so, yep, okay. So let me actually smooth this down with my fingers just to get it down. Okay, and then I'm going to go with my scraping tool, just really scrape it down. And then I'll just grab a corner and then peel. I forgot to reference where that little divot or mark was, and that worked perfectly. I really like having little spots like that. It kind of depends though. If it's like a little too much, then it's distracting, but if it's just enough, then I think it adds some character to it. So I guess you can say I actually am kind of picky about what kind of marks I like on my wood. But okay, so the first part is down. The next part we're going to do is this peeps because it'll be easiest to center now. And that was sized perfectly, you guys. We did a great job. So let me see. I might need a new piece of, I'm just going to grab a new one for this piece. Let's see, can I use, yes, I can. And as close to the top as possible because I'm going to really try to get it right up in line with that bottom text. Okay. Oops. Do this real quick. Grab a little, always never put your weeding tool away, even after you're done weeding. Just keep it out until the very end. Okay, perfect. Now we're just going to put this one down right here. There we go. Okay, and these little swoops, I can't remember what I called them, but they are reaching just about to the tip. Like, they are sized just perfectly. I'm really, really excited about that. I love that look. Okay, so that's all down, and I'm just going to peel up. Cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. How are you guys liking this? Easy, right, to do the two colors? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to actually print it like this. If you had it the other way, your ears and your cheeks would have printed at the same time, and you can just place them all at once. But I'm going to place my ears, they printed like this, so my ears are going to go down first, and then my cheeks will go down second. So let me grab some more tape. Let's see, let me get this all cleaned up. Sometimes mess can be a little distracting, so let me get myself all cleared up here. Okay, so yeah, I think that's how I'm going to want to do that. Let's do the ears first. So I'm just going to lay that down. Oops, that was rather crooked, but I'll fix it. Okay. Oops. There we go. Okay. So now I'm just going to peel those up and leave the cheeks on the carrier sheet. And then it's all about just looking through that transfer tape and laying down. Trying to get me. Okay. And then just rub, rub, rub. Scrape, scrape, scrape. And pull. And they're down. Easy peasy. Okay, I can use the same piece of transfer tape to grab the little cheeks. Rub, scrape. It's just a repetitive process of rub, scrape, pull, rub, scrape, pull. These little guys might be a little bit of a stinker to get off, but they should come off. Just be patient with them. Sometimes little standalone pieces are just, they have nothing connected to them to help nudge them along, so you kind of have to do that. Okay, and then the cheeks fit right between those little noses, or right around those little noses, I suppose. And done. Cute, cute, cute. All right, so that is the final product. I think that turned out really, really nice. What do you guys all think? That's really, really sweet. Okay, so layering vinyl kind of seems intimidating a little bit, but it's actually really easy. So just remember to lay your base layer down first, and then if you have layers that are more of supporting elements that you are going to be placing on the base, then I would go that route. I think it's easier. You can also remember put the biggest piece down first, because the biggest piece is where what you're going to center. So put that biggest piece down first, and then the next pieces can go down on top of that. So that's just an easy way to remember. You will surprisingly just kind of know when you see your layers. You're going to know, okay, that piece goes down first, that piece goes down second. So you just don't overthink it. You'll know what feels best for you. But yeah, it's just turned out perfect. I'm excited. And this is a glossy finish on both, so it looks really, really pretty when you kind of angle it towards the light. So that's really, really fun. Okay, guys, make sure you guys are all subscribed because I tell you what, the crafts coming up are so cute. I'm really, really excited for Easter. I'm really excited for the crafts too. There's some springy stuff coming up, sprinkled in with Easter, and it's all just going to be really, really fun. So make sure you're subscribed, and then if you enjoyed this and you're going to go recreate your own, or if you just had fun watching today, please, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. I'd really love it. And leave me a comment. Tell me who's out there. See you later.